So guys, another day of learningmake.com. Today I completed the first, lesson. So that's done. That was setting up my first scenario, so I set that up. Weather app sending a bundle of data to a Google Sheet, and we configured that golden sheet and mapped that Google Sheet in order to show things like the sunrise time, the temperature, the actual weather conditions and description. And today we started the second lesson, which is basically expanding on that first scenario. And I think this lesson is largely about routers and filters. And so today I learned about routers, and routers are basically this module within make.com which allows you to basically create multiple paths in the scenario. So say we had the weather app and then we have the Google Sheet, right? And there's a direct path. The bundle gets sent to Google Sheet. With a router, you can have the weather app and then a router in the middle that sends two paths. It has two connections to two different things. So say maybe Google Sheet and another thing like Slack to send a message. So the bundle goes into the router. Since the router has two paths, it doubles the bundles. It creates another bundle, an identical copy. Then it sends one up to the sheet, and then it sends one down to Slack. And you can basically configure the order in which the packets get sent, or the bundles. And you can also add filters, which is, I haven't learned about them yet, but I'm assuming filters are where you can add a filter on a path of a router. So you say it gets sent to a router and you have three different paths shooting off the router. Well, then the router has filters on each path, and it's basically an if then or a gate. And it's well, does this packet meet this criteria? If not, don't send it here. If it does pass it, then send it to this one. If it doesn't, then don't send it to that one. So making progress here on make.com. This is all part of the foundations course, and I'm getting better and better understanding every day. Just a little bit of work, practice, taking their academy courses, learning, and then a little bit of recall at the end of the day, moving pretty quickly rather than I could spend a lot more time doing this. But I find this is a good balance where I can just spend about 20 minutes doing lessons straight with no really recall, and then talk at the end of the lesson about what I learned today. I think that allows me to move pretty quickly. I've been moving much slower through other things I've been using, other courses and stuff, but I think this is an appropriate speed for this type of learning. Also, I've been spending some time every day working on trying to build this auto comment bot, which I'm using ChatGPT to help me a lot. So I'm kind of hoping that the stuff I'm learning from the course we'll be able to apply to the problems I'm having to actually build the real world automations. And these real world automations, I'm not going to just wait until I'm finished the courses. I'm going to build them as best as I can on my own. At the same time, I'm learning making progress daily on the real world builds, and also learning from the academy daily. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Another day of make.com. I will talk to you guys later.